This is a genuine snapshot taken before a feast in a Chinese rural area. In the image, a group of hungry villagers, each holding a large basin, their eyes shining with anticipation, stare intently at the food in the pot, ready to rush forward at any moment. Meanwhile, the master responsible for serving the food wields a shovel, preventing the villagers from approaching. He continuously uses the shovel to fend off those attempting to get closer, fearing that the food in the pot will be snatched away in a matter of seconds. The host at the banquet has something to say before everyone starts eating. Due to limited space, some guests will have to dine outside. It's important to maintain hygiene while eating, but there are a few individuals with poor dining habits. While others use chopsticks to pick up food, you reach out and snatch a chicken leg. If the host brings out a box of cigarettes, you're the first to grab them, grasping and snatching. Next time, others might not want to sit at the same table with you. There's a wide variety of dishes today, so please don't rush to take the good ones for yourself, especially since our tables don't have a rotating platform. Let's all be considerate.
Lady, go!
I'd like to share my thoughts on videos depicting food grabbing. It's quite common to see some people immediately packing food as soon as it's served, while others start grabbing. You can't help but wonder, why do these people enjoy snatching food? Considering China's well-established new rural development, even rural residents shouldn't have worries about food and clothing, right? So why engage in such behavior? I believe there are primarily three reasons behind this phenomenon. Firstly, in many rural areas, some people enjoy hosting what we call, just because, banquets. These are events organized for trivial reasons, like celebrating a pig giving birth. Why do they do it? Because when they host such banquets, many people attend, each contributing a gift. These banquets aren't free, so after deducting the costs, the host still makes a profit, thus perpetuating this cycle. As for the attendees, since they're spending money, they naturally want to get their money's worth, right? We often see people at buffets trying to eat their fill, driven by this inherent sense of greed. Because of these reasons, many people start grabbing food as soon as it's served, fearing they might miss out or not get their money's worth. Some even go as far as grabbing the expensive dishes and packing them in front of everyone. Frankly speaking, I find such behavior severely lacking in manners. Secondly, in many places in China, dishes are served one by one at banquets to ensure freshness. Guests gather around an empty table, and as soon as a dish is served, they start eating. It doesn't take long for the dish to be finished, leaving those who are slow to miss out and triggering a rush to grab the next dish. Furthermore, some dishes have small portions to begin with, and when many people start grabbing, it exacerbates the frenzy. In conclusion, I find it embarrassing that such behavior occurs in modern-day China. Sometimes it's not just personal dignity that's lost but also national dignity. This shouldn't be happening. So, what are your thoughts on this matter, dear viewers? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Not only adults but even children are influenced. In the video, this boy, holding a pocket, skillfully packs the dishes on the table into his pocket one by one to take away. Completely disregarding the feelings of the people around him, from the video, you can see the helpless expressions on the faces of the nearby customers, probably thinking that this child lacks manners. Moreover, it's evident that many dishes haven't been touched by customers at all, yet he just packs them up and takes them away. Judging from the boy's proficient actions, he must do this kind of thing regularly. In fact, there are many opinions within China regarding the chaotic phenomenon of food grabbing at rural banquets. Some people believe, should the phenomenon of food grabbing at rural banquets be blamed? Recently, there have been many celebrations across China, yet the phenomenon of food grabbing in rural areas has been frequently discussed, and has even trended on social media at times. Let's put aside for now why people in these areas lack manners, but I believe this phenomenon should not be condemned. Imagine if a truly caring cadre were to witness this phenomenon, how would they react? For instance, if Chairman Mao or Premier Zhou from the past were to see this, they might ponder why common people are grabbing food at banquets. In many large hotels in cities, especially five-star hotels, such incidents would never happen. So, do these common folks not care about their dignity at all? Do they feel no shame? Actually, every elderly person has their own children, relatives, and friends, and they also know that such behavior is shameful and lacks dignity. However, compared to having enough to eat, those notions of dignity in face are hardly worth mentioning. Grabbing food at banquets simply illustrates one thing: people don't have enough money to constantly enjoy good food, they don't have the means to dine out frequently, and perhaps they don't even eat their fill regularly. Who wouldn't want to live a life with manners and dignity? But, all discussions of dignity and manners are premised on being able to eat well and dress warmly. Only after having enough to eat and wear will people consider dignity and manners. The fact that such social phenomena still exist in many places today indicates what? It shows that there are still many people who can't eat well, can't dress warmly, and can't earn enough money. Shouldn't those officials reflect on these matters? Why can't people eat well or dress warmly? Is it because they lack jobs, or can't find jobs, or because the pension system is not comprehensive enough, or because they don't have their own children anymore? Shouldn't we analyze why these people would forsake their dignity to grab food, why they lack manners? I see videos everywhere debating whether the food grabbing at rural banquets is a tradition or a bad habit, but I think it has nothing to do with tradition. Which tradition involves grabbing food? This behavior seems more like a survival strategy in some remote areas where people can't eat well. In those places, the bigger the plates in restaurants, the more economical they are. People there care less about face and more about practicality. However, in five-star hotels, the plates are small, and the servings are minimal, because those who can afford to dine at five-star hotels don't care about whether they are full or not, they care only about taste and experience. So, I believe the phenomenon of food grabbing at rural banquets should not be condemned or criticized. On the contrary, those officials should feel ashamed and embarrassed. Why do such incidents still occur in their jurisdiction? Haven't these officials ever thought about it? Is it because they haven't implemented good policies, or because they don't know how to manage the economy? Isn't this something officials should be ashamed of? Do you have any better insights on this issue? Feel free to comment and discuss in the section below.